Hi everyone, how are you today? I hope you're all okay. It's a wet old miserable day here again. I don't know what's happened to spring, but it seems to have disappeared. It's very wet and windy. Not very nice at all. It's only about 10 degrees, I think. It's not very warm. I'm going to change little Jessica today. She's decided that she wants to be in the Moses basket, haven't you, darling? She wants to be in there now. She said she's fed up of being in between the boys because they're so noisy. So she's in there, and Ginny's reading a story to little Freddie to try and keep him out of mischief. And Joseph's on the phone to Kai. He wants to check if Sophie's all right, I think. And you will all know by now that Sophie is in Texas with Holly and Kai and Natalie and the rest of the babies. It was a lovely box opening yesterday. It was a tense few days waiting for her to get there, of course, but I'm sure Holly is going to love her and they're going to have a great time together. I mean, I never thought I would ever adopt Sophie, but I must be honest, I don't think that's something I should say really, because we grow. In this hobby we grow. And when I first came on and I first had her, she was my go-to baby. That smiling face cheered me up. No matter what was happening here, no matter how I was feeling, she was my go-to baby. And I thought, well, there's no way I'm ever gonna adopt her out. But since I've been in the community over a year now, I can't believe it, and found so many friends and so much love and support, I found I wasn't going to her anymore as my go-to baby. I just wasn't. I wasn't kind of needing that. And if I did need to have a cuddle, it was always Mary Ann, who's over here. Look, I'll show you Mary Ann. She's over there, fast asleep in her beautiful pram. I got a new mattress for that, so that's she's lower down, which is good. She's looking really good. I'll just pick you up and show you. Yeah, it's always been Mary Ann I've come to. There she is. It's got a nice cream sheet. She's looking really cute there, isn't she? Let me see if you're seeing her. There you go. You can see her a bit better. So she's a bit lower in the pram. So that's good. Now, as you see, the pram fits in nicely at the end of the bed here. I'll put it to one side so you could see her, but you know, there's plenty of room there. I have to move her obviously to get into the wardrobe, but otherwise it's working really well. Let's put you back on the babies. Yeah, so Mary Ann's suddenly became my go-to baby, and I found I wasn't spending as much time with my little Sophie as I used to, and so I thought perhaps it's time to let her go to a new mummy, to give her that, you know, different experience of being with somebody else. And I'm sure Holly's going to absolutely love her. I know she does. And yeah, it's going to be brilliant for Holly, and I can still see her, which is even better. I love it that all my babies have gone, well, most of my babies have gone to people that are in the community. But yeah, so much love and support and friends in the community now. I found I just wasn't going to her. So anyway, we're going to keep in touch with her and we'll all see her, won't we? So that's brilliant. I did promise a couple of people I'd let them know if she was up for sale, and I did that, but neither of them wanted to proceed, whereas Holly did. So, you know, I'm sure she's going to have some fun. Right, we're going to change little Jessica today, and I bought her this lovely romper. So we're going to take part in Onesie Wednesday, and it's a beautiful romper. It's a brand that I don't know at all. I just fell in love with it. It's Sardon, and it's a 3-month size, and it's blue and white stripe. Well, it's blue with a white pinstripe. There's also little tiny white spots on there, and it's got lovely white smocking and the most beautiful double ruffled collar and a lovely ruffle round in the middle. There's like a centre piece with 2 little buttons on. It's got little short sleeves and it's got a tie at the back, which I'm not so fond of ties, to be honest, but I love the front of it. And I'm going to pop on these little blue booties that I knitted for her with yellow ribbon, and this little blue hat that I knitted for her with a little yellow flower with a little butterfly button in the middle of it. And I thought that'd all go really nice. And I'm going to change her nappy back into the one that Suzanne sent with her, which is one of these lovely cloth nappies. So I'll get her. Come on, sweet girl. Are you enjoying being in there? She said it's nice to have a pram to myself. Yes, it is, isn't it? Yes, she likes that. Mwah. There we go, gorgeous girl. I'll put her down on the boppy and I will just arrow you down so that you can see her. Actually, I might go to the other side because then you won't get the light from the window, will you? So let's get her from this side. Just darken you up a bit. There we go. So I'll turn her around the other way. Come on, darling, so everybody can see you. There she is. Let's just take your dummy clip off. There it is. And just check you're seeing her. There she is. Beautiful. Let's take your little shoes off. I love these little shoes. They're from Mother Care. If you're interested, you know, the Beatrix Potter ones, obviously. Yes, some from Mother Care, like the little dress she has on. Nice little cardigan, isn't it? Yeah, it's all attached, I think, if I remember rightly. Up you come, sweetie. Yeah, so how have you all been? I hope you've all been okay. I've been a bit tense waiting for Sophie to get to Texas. I did send her priority mail, so it was only supposed to take 2 days, but of course then we had our bank holiday, so that kind of messed things up a bit, I think. There you go, sweet girl. There you go. Let's take this pretty dress off. Yeah, take your pretty dress off. Yeah, and with the bank holiday, of course, all my housework and everything was delayed by a day. There you go. There you go, good girl. So I've been catching up with that and washing and everything. So I've been pretty busy. There we go, sweetie. Let's take your nappy off and we'll put your nice one on that Mummy Suzanne in Australia sent to you. Yeah, we will, won't we? There's a good girl. Smells beautiful, don't you? We've got one of those wafers in. And pop that in your other nappy. Yeah, so been busy. And here she is. Oh, mwah, she's so precious. She's so precious, aren't you? Yeah, catching up on everything. And didn't have a very good night's sleep on Monday night. Up you come, darling. There you go. The dog woke us up at just after 3. And I went downstairs and she wouldn't settle, so I'd made myself a cup of tea and I was sitting downstairs with her. My husband came down to find out what I was doing because he wondered where I'd disappeared. And in the end, he got up at just after 4 so that he could look after her, because we found out that the reason she'd woke us all up was we've got one of those carbon monoxide alarms that's in the utility room. There you go, there's a nice clean nappy for you. She's such a sweet girl, yes she is. Yeah, we got one of those carbon monoxide meters, you know, alarms. You're still seeing her okay? Let me just check. Let's just lighten you up a little bit. There we go. And the battery was going in it, so it was actually beeping intermittently. Of course, I didn't hear that because I had the kettle on and letting the dog out in the garden and doing all sorts of things. So I didn't actually hear it going, and then I went and sat in the sitting room. So it wasn't until my husband was downstairs, you know, he heard it going, and he said to me, come back upstairs, and said something's beeping in the kitchen, because of course he's deaf, but he could hear that happening with his hearing aids on. So I went downstairs again and had a look, and it was the carbon monoxide alarm. So we got a new one of those and got that fitted yesterday. There you go, darling. I'm so pleased about this. I got this, it was £16 and twopence, I think, because I always bid a couple of penny over. Oh, look at that on her. That is stunning. You are stunning in that, young Jessica. Mwah. Yes, you are. There we go. Let's do you up. I'm sorry if you can't see her. I'm just sitting her on the edge of the boppy so that I can do her up. Yeah, it stayed at like £10 for a while, and I thought, oh well, I always go in at the last few seconds and bid something a bit silly, so I did that and won it. So I was really pleased. There we go. Oh, doesn't that? What do you think? Isn't that glorious? I absolutely love that on her. I bet you like that, Suzanne. I wish I could have got two, my dear. I would have got one for you as well, but I'll keep my eye out. You never know, these things come up. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? And I've never heard of this make. If anybody else out there knows of it, tell me, because I've never heard of it. Let's pop your little booties and everything on. I know they've got yellow on and it's white and blue, but I'm sure you'll excuse that. That's quite a good match, isn't it? Yeah, it's quite a good match, isn't it, Jessica? Yeah, so I've been busy doing things, and thank you so much to everybody out there that's doing my tags. I've enjoyed watching all of you and listening to all your memories of childhood games and what films you like and everything. That's absolutely wonderful. Really enjoying it. So thank you very much for taking part. I'm very, very grateful. There we go, darling. Let's get your little bonnet on. There she is. There she is, precious girl, aren't you? She's a precious girl. Look at that. What do you think, ladies? What do you think about my girl in that? I think she looks absolutely scrumptious. Doesn't she look scrumptious in that? Oh, that's absolutely gorgeous. I love it. Just lighten you up a little bit. Oh, that looks really